Hi everyone, Vicky Waco back, and I look a little different today because I am going to be giving you guys an update on my jaw surgery, which has just happened about we're almost to the 7 month mark. I meant to record this a little earlier, but just finally getting around to it. So first of all, as you can tell by my voice, I sound a lot better. If you looked at my 6-week post-op video, I was still really struggling with my speech, and that honestly took until I want to say August to really straighten out. So it was a couple months where I felt like I sounded really funny, and it was just kind of working on it and working on it and working on it till I finally felt like I'm kind of back to where I was before. And that's pretty amazing considering I still, yes, have my braces on. I'm actually getting them off in 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I feel like it's been forever. I cannot wait. I feel like that will be that final moment where I feel like I'll look how I'm going to look forever. But okay, so I'll do some profiles real quick and I'll get in on a couple of the healing things that I wanted to know in this video. So and head on, and I don't know if you can tell. So it's been, like I said, between 6 and 7 months since my surgery. So at this point, I'm almost fully healed. They do say it takes a year total, but really I feel like at now the swelling is pretty much totally down. The healing is at a really good place. I can eat normally now. I pretty much am eating everything I ate prior to surgery. I just eat it better, which is pretty amazing. And aesthetically, like I feel like my jaw looks very different, but I've gotten two main reactions to my jaw. One is people going, "Oh my god, it looks so amazing. Oh my goodness, you look so different. It looks so good." And other people will say, "You kind of look the same to me." And I kind of love both reactions because one really shows that I think they're the people I probably have shared the most about how my jaw used to look, and I had really pointed out the issues with my teeth. And I feel like the other group, I just look how I'm supposed to look, right? It doesn't look like I'm some weirdo that got like some crazy surgery done. It looks like that's what you look like. So I'm really, really happy with both of those reactions. I really do feel like I'm chewing better, like when I'm eating, like when I bite into a sandwich. If you remember, my front was very much over my bottom teeth if you look at old videos, and so when I would bite down on sandwiches, my front teeth really weren't working together, if that makes sense. So I feel like now when I bite into something, I can like chew normally. So see how there's not a gap? It's hard to completely explain, but I can chew normal. It's amazing. It's so amazing. So number one, like aesthetically, I love that people think I look like I should look. Number two, I love that I'm chewing how like you're supposed to be chewing your whole life, that I haven't been ever able to chew like that until now. And the third major difference for me is, one of the reasons why, sorry, my cat is in the background over there, ignore them, is that my neck is not as sore. So one of the reasons I had this surgery was I was actually at night, or I guess all the time, clenching a lot. And that was because my teeth weren't aligned correctly. So my teeth and my mouth were constantly trying to get into an alignment that they weren't able to get to due to just the bone structure issue. Hopefully that makes sense. So I've just noticed like my neck, I still have neck aches because I work on computers and I do all that kind of stuff, but they're not as bad. Like the muscles don't feel as tense. And my massage therapist noticed that. She said, "Wow, your neck before was like a steel rod, and it's a lot actually more workable in between sessions now." So that's really awesome to see that I have less headaches and my neck feels better just from getting this all fixed. Plus, I'm able to eat better, plus I look a little better. So it's kind of amazing. Looking back on surgery, things I wished I would have known or things I would tell someone they should know. That was the next thing I wanted to cover. I'm looking at my notes, sorry. So there's nothing I really wished I would have known. I felt like I did a lot of research. I went going into the surgery knowing it was going to be hard, knowing it was going to be a long recovery, and really being prepared for the long haul. So I think that's key. I think you have to go mentally into the surgery knowing it's going to be a long haul, and you have to be patient with your body as it's healing. I still do believe the fact that I was taking collagen and had a lot of protein and was really making sure I had good sources of, fuel for my body early on. I had all those smoothies made ahead. I had all that green juice made ahead. I had, muscle milks and these really, really good sources of things, lots of fiber, that really helped my healing because I was fueling my body with things to make it feel really good. So I highly encourage prep and plan ahead. Make sure you have all those things kind of in place so that you feel your best and you can recover. I highly recommend having someone who loves you very much there with you, especially the first few days of surgery. My husband was amazing. He took care of everything. He kept me going when I was feeling frustrated. He was the person to be like, it's gonna be okay. We just gotta get through this. Like, he was my best friend, my best confidant, the person I would want with me during this. And everyone needs to have a person like that in their lives when you're going through the surgery. Just a must. Things I wish I would have done differently. There's not many. I think I overbought in my preparation. I can't remember if I talked about this at my 6-week video, but I had bought a ton of these bottles, like the condiment squeezers. But I bought mine at Dollar Tree, and I feel like they weren't that great. And maybe if I had better ones, I would have actually used them. But I ended up throwing them away because we just didn't use them during my recovery. I really used the very large, I forget what you call them. I didn't even write down the right name. But those large, things you would use, needle things, and the tubes a lot. If you had the surgery, they're the really, really big ones that you can suck up a lot of food into. I used those way more than I used anything else. And ice packs. I had so many ice packs, and that was totally worth the investment because I was constantly switching them off. And then later on, I actually would put heat on it too. After the first 2 weeks, I started heat too, and it was great. So those things I would highly recommend. Sorry, I have a stuffy nose. But I definitely overbought. I bought way more than I needed, but I'm one of those, I'd rather be over-prepared than under-prepared type people. So that was fine for me. The other thing I would say, and I think that this was something that was really important looking back now, is just really, really be kind to your body. People asked me this, how long was I out of work? So, originally my surgeon was like, you can go back to work because you work a desk job after a week. I took 3 weeks off. I do have the privilege of having that time I could take to recover from this surgery. And I know that is a privilege not everyone has. But if you have that ability, I would say at least 2 weeks. Like me having 3 weeks, that last week, I probably could have been back at work. But it also gave me this mental place to be like, okay, let's start getting up at the right time. Let's mentally get into this routine. I will say my energy was definitely still low for probably 3 weeks after that. It took me a while to get my energy back. Another question I got asked was about working out, because if you know me, I work out a lot. I started to work out the week after, but I was walking on a treadmill, just very, very low impact. And then I started Pilates, just body weight movement Pilates without the extra equipment, just at home. And I felt like that just made me feel like I was being kind to my body. I was doing what I had to. And then I fully started back on a heavier workout routine about 2 months post-op. I really took it slow. I have all the time in the world to get back into shape. I just didn't want to risk hurting my body. So that is my 6 6/7 month post-op. I am still so happy I got this surgery. If you're someone considering this surgery and not sure if you should get your jaw surgery, I would say, one, do you have the support around you to do the surgery? And I truly mean that, because I have in the past, at least 3 other times in my life, started the process of having the surgery, but I never had the level of support that I have now. And I don't believe I could have gotten through this surgery without that support. So I think that's really key. The other things, definitely, like obviously, where are you financially? Where are you with time off? All those kinds of things I think are really serious considerations to have this surgery, and to make sure you have the space and the ability to really structure yourself around healing and not around worrying about getting back to something else. So that's my update. I'm still so happy. It was so worth it. If you guys are interested in more videos about my jaw surgery, I'd be happy to make more. Feel free to leave questions in the comments below. And thanks so much for checking this out. I'll see you back next time. Bye!